Alright, in this video I'm going to show you what the output of a Y-pipe with the Bikeman had with low altitude domes. Similar running conditions. I can show you what the correction factors are today. It's a little warmer, a little bit more humidity, but all in all still relatively in the same area, enough to have believable results. So we're going to go against this line here. This is the Y-pipe only, and this is the blue line's horsepower, red line's torque. You'll also see right up over here, this will be live display of horsepower, and the horsepower it's putting out right now is just because that's what it takes to spin the dyno at that RPM. So let's go into a run. We'll do a first run here at cold pipe, and then we'll progressively get the pipe hotter and hotter like it would be in the real world, and show you what the output is. We do have a power commander map in for the head because with the added power it does require some fueling changes. Just like always, the first run will make boatload more torque just because the pipe is cold and it acts long when it's cold. So on the first run we had 161.8 at 8250. We are going at the same rate, 150 RPM per second. We're getting closer to the type of graph where this thing will settle in at. And that one was 163.8 at 8250. That one was 163.5 at 8250. That one was 163.7 at 8250. This one was 162.6 at 8250 to 8300. So we're still a decent amount over the stock head with the Y pipe, and we'll change the graphs around here a little bit so you can see what that added in after we do a couple more runs here, and you can see what happens when it's definitely up to operating temperature, because that's the way it's going to be when you're riding it on the mountain or trail. So we're still at about 162.5 at 8250 to 8300. The pipe's getting definitely up to operating temperature. So these are results that you could expect in the real world. We'll do one more, just so, we got a good control group back to back. So now we have a good run back to back. We'll pull them up on the screen here and show you how they compare. So we'll do prior 3 runs, and you'll be able to see how consistent those are, and then we'll put up the other runs. So we'll put up one more, and you can see everything does drop a little bit when it gets heat soaked, but it's still way better than the stock head. So now we'll put the stock head up on there so you can see this is our control group of runs with the BMP head and Y pipe, and here is just the Y pipe, and then we could even put our stock run up there. To compare. So this mustard color, if that's what it looks like on your screen, is where it is stock. Purple is the addition of the Y pipe, and this group here is the addition of the Y pipe, head, and fuel controller. So you can see, pretty big gains over stock in the mid-range here. So at 7,500, you're going from 95.2 foot-pounds of torque to like 101 point something. Well, in fact, we'll get rid of the high runs just because we do only use the runs that are believable. So these two right here are direct copies of each other, so we threw out the ones that are higher than that, and then we can assume that this is a fair display of power. So you can see, up top you're going from 155.5 to 162.7, 162.6, and definitely extending your RPM range out by going with that Y pipe and head combo. Now if you're at high altitude, that head is really going to make even a bigger difference because of how much pressure you lose at elevation. And when you lose pressure, the flash doesn't happen as fast, and when it doesn't happen as fast, it doesn't get to absorb all that energy. So when you put a higher compression head on, you'll be able to absorb that energy before it just gets blown out your exhaust port. So this is my comparison of the stock versus Y-pipe versus Y-pipe head and fuel controller. And feel free to comment, write what you want to see in more videos. I believe the next video you will see is our 900 big bore for this, going through the stock exhaust pipe and muffler. So that's where we're at today. We'll see you later.